So I wake up around 5:30 in the morning and I put on my bathing suit and put on warm clothes and I go to the lake. I have a buoy that I take with me and I usually wait so I can see the sunrise while I'm on land and record it on my phone. Over the course of a very small timeline, everything changes. There is a sense of reassurance that comes with having this direct relationship to this magnificent force. I don't exactly know how it finds itself in my work, but I trust that feeling that I have every morning deeply. So calligraphy is a form of art that uses letter forms from different languages. The perfection of the form is a part of the message. Calligraphy, by its beauty, becomes a portal to experience God. So the noqta in language, it's a diacritic. It discerns the sound of the letter. In calligraphy, it's a measuring unit. And it also has another function that it can be purely decorative. You know, the language is entirely removed from all these iterations that I'm making. So I am very much interested in them, obviously as a form. I am also really interested in how these can mediate one's relationship to distance, looking at them as these more sculptural forms or how they appear on the painting as lines that could be referencing language like poetry. They could reference landscape. I am also really interested in how this form in and of itself is holding this gigantic memory of a language. In my head, the noqta to the culture is like the seed to a tree, that it's impossible to think that this small unit is holding the blueprint for a whole tree, but it's in there. And I think of the dot or the noqta in the same way, that it's like the entry to a whole world. So Parviz Tanawali is an artist. He became really famous for this series of work where he creates the word heech as these sculptural forms. So heech, it translates to nothing and nothingness. And in the way that it's used in Tanawali's work, it also references the Sufi interpretation of the word heech, which refers to the fact that God created everything from nothing. Hechi is same translation, nothing, but it's not nothingness. So that level of divine is removed from it, and it's very much looking down on earth and the everyday and the nothing as it appears in disappointments or despair that comes in life. Maybe I'm more interested in it being more mundane than it is profound. So I'm creating this sculpture as a way to obviously reference his work, but also maybe recalibrate my relationship to the previous generation, being in diaspora and being away from all the context that really gives meaning and weight to these words. I am not practicing calligraphy. I am not practicing this perfection. I am far away from the context that it comes from. You know, I do have this thread to this language, to this culture, but it's really hard to preserve it. A, with the distance that I have from it, but B, with the time that we are living in. The way of Hechi is recognizing my distance to the context where it comes from, to what actually constitutes this idea of perfection and what is profound and spiritual. So I am removing that as a way of recognizing how impossible it may be to hold on to those ideas and thoughts from where I stand.